Someone do a massive clap. So we'll do it again, but just do one clap. Perfect. Whenever you're ready.
Ugh.
Keeping that in.
Hiya, I'm Kyle Castile and welcome to That Salon Podcast.
That's Salon Podcast. That's Salon Podcast.
Hi guys, thank you so much for all your support, your listens, your follows, your views, all that jazz. We are filming episode number 4 and we're here with my beautiful mum and Emma, but we'll get into them in a minute because I want to talk about me for a second, what I've been up to. Obviously. So I've recently done Claudia Fogarty's hair. And wow, she is beautiful, you know, such a nice person. And I know you was asking me loads about her house.
Yeah,
Do you know what? I've seen it on your Instagram. And
Yeah, well, even met her dad, Carl Fogarty.
Like
so it was actually Carl's house. And yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Carl was a man of few words, but you could tell like he had some proper good banter. But yeah, doing her hair was absolutely mint. She loved it. What
did you actually do? Highlights?
Yeah, I did highlights and fitted her extensions for her. Kindly gifted by Platinum Lens.
Platinum Lens products, love you. Send me some.
Joe, it's not even paid sponsors, but here we go. Right then, so I know you's dead well because Emma's one of my managers who works at the salon. She runs the fucking tribe, keeps them away from me, which is good. And then my mum's our aesthetics nurse. So for you guys, the people of viewers who don't know you, I've got some questions to ask you. I really need to remove this password from here because it's dead fucking long. Right, so I'll ask you both and I'll ask who I'm asking. So don't feel like you've both got to jump at it. But so, because obviously I'm going to call you mum all the time. What's your name?
Sarah.
Why did you have to think about
It is
your
Sarah.
I didn't know to say more.
It's not a trick question.
Yeah,
It should be
it's not a trick question. Do you know what? On the back of that, right, my younger brother, Cade, my mum's like wiped his ass right his whole entire life because he was a poorly baby. I love you, Cade. You're dead, such a mint man now. But once he rang the doctors, and my mum was like, no, Cade, you need to ring the doctors yourself. So he rang the doctors, and they went to him, what's his date of birth? And they wouldn't book an appointment because he didn't know his fucking date of birth.
Yeah, he rang me back and asked to ask what's my date
How old was he?
Oh, 21, wasn't he?
Oh, that's like me. That's something I do, 100%.
Perfect. Right, so Emma, what's your job title?
My job title is a master stylist at the Hock.
What else do you do for the Hock?
Run all the staff. Do
Perfect.
them all in check.
They're
Sack people. so be good.
Mum, I know this for you, but Emma, what's your natural hair colour?
My natural hair colour, right, my natural hair colour's black. It's always been black. But
It's not what I see when I see your roots.
Well, this is what I mean. It's grey now. But since I've got older, when my roots come through, they're coming through like quite light, not light brown, but brown. So
Right.
maybe it's changed.
It's probably in contrast to an artificial black though, isn't it? So it'll make it look lighter.
Yeah, fair.
What's
Yeah.
your natural colour,
I mean,
Mum?
I'm
I always
grey.
remember you being blonde.
Yeah, I'm like a dirty blonde.
Hey.
Dirty bitch.
Didn't mean that, Emma. Trust you.
You said it.
So, Mum, what's your favourite takeaway?
My favourite takeaway would be stacked.
Oh, I love stacked.
Stacked.
Yeah.
It's
Why didn't we bring stacked?
I
We'll get stacked
know.
tonight.
We'll
We're in
absolutely
work
get stacked
like-
tonight. Right, so Emma, so you know me at work. I'm pretty much up for anything, but my biggest thing I hate is foiling. It just takes forever. It's dead repetitive. What's yours that you hate?
What do I hate to do?
You're saying that Emma has a fucking meltdown before she has a new client, doesn't she?
Oh,
Every single week.
Do you know? Right? Do you know what it is with new clients? I can't stand new clients that tell me about not tell me about hair, but act like they're hairdressers.
Yeah.
A lady messaged me saying she wanted ash, but she don't need it. She don't
Lifting.
need foils because she's having ash. I was like, please.
Well, we'll get into that one about
Oh.
clients in a minute.
yeah.
So, Mum, what time did you get up this morning?
5.
Ooh, middle of the night.
I go to sleep early.
She does go sleep. I remember being a kid and like getting up at 4 for a wee. And she'd be fucking blow drying her hair ready for the day. But she's in bed for like 7 o'clock.
I'd always loved to be one of these morning people, but I've never been. Even when I had a baby.
Yeah, get everything done.
So-
Everything done early.
Something I always remember being a kid was your obsession with Jason Statham,
Who's that?
the bald-headed guy
Who's
of
that?
Crank.
Where?
Oh my god.
Oh my
He's in
God.
loads of films.
He's in loads. You probably remember him when you see him.
What was
But
he in
right now,
now?
Mum, who is your celebrity crush?
My husband.
Celebrity crush.
He is
He's
a celebrity to her.
It's my celebrity.
Love that.
Who's your celebrity crush, Emma?
Well, obviously now that Sarah just said that.
Pressure.
No. Do you know what? I actually don't fancy many people. That's the truth. But I don't really know if he's a celebrity, but I really used to fancy the security guard of Jeremy Kyle.
What was he called him now?
Big Steve.
Big Steve.
Loved him.
Oh, you love Big Steve.
I'm not joking. Me and my friend Chloe, where we wrote into the show and asked for his number.
No, you did not. How old is she? 10?
I'm 21. Loved him.
She's always had a little bit of a stalker complex, though, Emma, at times.
Stalker.
Emma, what's your favourite colour?
I don't have one.
Can you not just think of one?
No, I don't like to be the same as everyone else. I just wake up, sometimes it's black, sometimes it's purple.
I know my mum's is pink.
Yeah.
It used to be pink, but I'm not really a pink
It's
girl.
one of my life ambitions to buy my mum a pink Porsche.
Yes.
It is. I've got to do it one day.
Definitely drive a pink Porsche, but I don't really have a favourite colour.
Yeah,
So-
so you're still going to buy me one, aren't
One
you?
day, yeah. You're only 4 years older than me, so most likely.
Get a scooter. Get a
No,
pink scooter with a roof on.
we're going to share the same car, me
We
and
are.
him.
Emma,
And if he's not nice to me, I'm going to kick his walking stick from under him.
Emma, where would you have your ashes scattered?
McDonald's.
Did you even
Anything.
think about it?
You know why? 'Cause
Where
I'm
was
getting
your
married
what?
at McDonald's.
Have your ashes scattered?
Love
Oh, yeah.
McDonald's. I'm
Where-
getting
where
married
would
at
you
McDonald's.
My garden. I love my garden. Seen it?
Yeah, but then
What
you
about
won't
when the
be-
dog pisses on your ashes?
I'd have to kill the dog first. So.
What's your favourite TV series? I'm going to ask you both. I'm going to ask you first.
Oh, I know
Mum.
mine.
Handmaid's Tale.
Same. That is what I was going
I
to say.
really thought you was going to say
And
Wentworth. Yeah.
And Wentworth.
Yeah.
I've not watched that yet.
Oh, you
have I?
need to, Mum.
I
It's the
know.
best thing
What? You
ever.
want to watch what?
Wentworth.
Oh, Wentworth's
See,
really
I do
good.
like Handmaid's Tale, but I just find it's that heavy. It stays with me for days after I've watched
know
it.
what I
like,
watched?
dead heavy.
I watched Handmaid's Tale 7 months pregnant. Jake was like, "You're a psycho. Like, this is actually about taking pregnant women or women that have had kids." I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Breaking Bad. I was obsessed
Love
with
Breaking
that.
Bad.
I'd probably watch that again.
Yeah, I could watch.
Handmaid's Tale's out
Breaking Bad
actually
again.
soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out in April, I
Yeah,
think.
but you lie and say all the time.
No,
this
you
is out
do a
keep
to get
wind
telling
me
me that they're
excited.
coming out,
I
and
know
I'm
a
still
wind
I
waiting.
know,
all
he
the time.
always does it.
Yeah.
So then, guys, that's the questions, and the viewers will now have got a little bit better of who you both are. But now, let's talk about the salon this week. What's been going on?
Well,
Emma's had a fringe.
it's been a big week. I've had a fringe.
She's never had one before.
Never had a fringe, and I am loving my fringe.
She
Yeah.
thinks she's so fit with a fringe,
Love
don't you? Hey. So
I mean, it's about time I felt nice, so
you've
yeah,
not
I'm
stopped
owning
looking
it.
in the mirror since
No, not
yesterday.
I've got a little comb in my bag. I've got a comb and a brush, but I'm not joking.
What about the salon? What have you been up to this week, Em, in salon?
in the salon? I've had a lovely new client yesterday. She was dead nice.
Yeah, she wasn't. It was that blonde lady, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you know what, right? I always get new clients and I'm like, oh, I'm nervous. What are they going to be like? Can I be myself with them? Because I just can't be fake. And I'm like, will they be themselves? And every time I have a new client, Kyle, what they like? They sit and cry in my chair.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
Emma's
oh,
like the opener.
They're like such a beautiful soul. I'm like texting their husbands for him. I'm like breaking up with people for him. I'm ringing the doctors. I rang a new client's doctors last week to book her in because she couldn't get an appointment. I was like, I'll find a different number for you.
Well,
I
that's
don't know
what
how
you get
that
when you come
happens.
to our salon. They're not just
Yeah.
clients, they're friends.
We had that yesterday,
Yeah.
didn't we? That
Do
we
you
won't
know?
really talk about, but you
Yeah.
helped that lady yesterday, didn't you? That was dead upset.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful,
yeah, that was
beautiful.
lovely, that mom.
I
It
know.
was.
But you know what? That's one thing I like about that is
I
because
do.
when they come, they're not just a client, they're not just a person. We cared about
Yeah, we do
them,
care about them.
You know, and it's not like you do the hair or do some
Yeah.
sort of then on your
So
job.
I
They
thi-
become friends.
Yeah, it's one
And
of
do you
the
know
big
what?
sticks.
Not even like, I know I keep talking about new clients, but like
and over me, yeah. But go on.
because I need to stress about my regular clients that I love. I've like invited them to Alana's birthday party and I'm
Yeah,
bothered
yeah.
about them. I'm like, oh, I better make sure she's do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that leads more on to what I was about to say before you interrupted me.
sorry
Hon.
about that.
Is that
ADHD.
I've said this before in other pods as well, is that a lot of people seem to think that our industry is like hospitality and it's service industry, and that's when I get anxious when I've got a new client because they come in and it's very much like they want you to serve to the left and take away from the right, and
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Madame Miss and blah blah blah. Like there was a client that Izzy had. I'm not going to go into what happened, but I was having a conversation with her, and a part of her feedback is how unprofessional I was. Talking about her hair and like saying how thick it was, and it's like it's an intimate service. I'm getting to
Joking.
know you in a one-to-one. I'm involved in you. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about when your husband fucking ran the cat over, or do you know what I mean? And it's like, so clients opening up to us, like it is confidential. We don't tell them, hence why
Yes,
we've not saying
definitely.
anything here. But there is that professionalism, but we're not. I don't see us as like hospitality service industry, mate.
Well, I think that's why people look. You can be yourself. That like client texted me last week saying she wanted me to thank all the staff and everyone in there because she's never felt more comfortable.
Yeah.
She can't wait to come back. She can't believe how close
And
we
that's
all are.
100%. That's like a lot for women's mental health.
100%.
For
Definitely.
like giving them that support. We give loads to the community, but it's not that we're doing it. It comes natural to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like something about on women there. It's like I've been brought up by powerful women. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, my dad wasn't around, was he? And like, but this is probably one of the strongest women I've ever met. Like, she's battled cancer, she's battled life, she's been a single mum with 2 boys. Do you know what I mean? Like, mad respects. That's, I mean, I'm dead proud that I've been brought up by strong, powerful women, and I think that's why I've surrounded myself with strong, powerful women.
Yeah.
But though, so SLK, she's on the next pod actually. She has recently done a post saying how like she finds in the industry that like a man can come along in our industry, pick up foils and a scissors and he's casted as a genius. Whereas in a woman, if she goes above the post and starts putting herself out there, she's been a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a bit of a bigot in a way.
Oh, really?
And I agree with her. I agree with it. Yeah, as a man who comes in industry, you've seen it, Emma. People have walked in that salon before I was an own hairdresser and pointed me out of the crowd, just me being based on being a man. They have.
Yeah, like they've gone, oh, you got a man here. Or,
Yeah. Like they want me to
I
head
hear
because
that.
man, and that saying, all men are always better hairdressers. Why?
Yeah.
Why are men always better hairdressers? Do you know what I mean? I do think women
but
are
I think
celebrated.
it was the other way around because I always think like Jake, my partner, he literally don't know how to put a bobble in our little girl's hair, but I wouldn't
I've
expect
seen the
him
pictures,
to.
Jake. Level up, mate. Yeah.
But I wouldn't expect him to. He ain't got hair. So like for you to be able to do someone's hair, but like
So
I know
like
a
I've
man
never
can't.
lived with having long hair
Well,
in
exactly.
a way.
Like
Yeah.
how did you even start to know how to put a bobble in? It's just things
It was
like
about-
that I think with men.
It must have been about 2 or 3. And he used to like anything with long hair. So at first it was Barbies, and then from the Barbies, obviously got a bit older, it was horses with the
Barbies,
long hair.
showing him up.
His nana, he used to sit there and put all his nana's hair in bobbles. He started from
Yeah,
being really young, really like, getting
And
into
yet
hair.
everyone was shocked when I come out.
Yeah. No, well, even before that, he was about 13 years old, and he used to like all the girls from school doing.
Yeah.
Having them, we had a caravan at the side that we used to
It's
take
like a little
away.
salon.
And he had it as his little salon at 13. They'd all be coming in and having the hair curled, and
Yeah.
But that's how he gets on with women so well because he's been brought up
Yeah,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
women,
Yeah,
lots
I
of
get
women
that.
around him.
Yeah.
So that's how he knows how to get on with women.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I've got to admit though, like if I go somewhere like the gym or I don't know, a barber shop or whatever, I've got to be dead specific which barber I go to because I can't cope with toxic masculinity.
always
me.
say this,
I really
Kyle.
struggle with it though. But like even if we get in a taxi and he's like, "Oh, is your missus all right, mate?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's fine." Like,
He took me, in the one next door. So you took me as somebody, didn't you? The one next door.
yeah, I
Hilarious.
really struggle with it, and it's not like because obviously I'm not. It's funny with me because I'm not the campy gay lad.
No.
But then I'm also not like mega masculine. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so I always find myself like, which tribe do I belong to? So I think that's why I created my own. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
get you, of
Like,
course.
so yeah, that toxic masculinity is something I really struggle with. And I see what Sarah was saying with that. Do you like saying like a man can come along and it's like, I'm the bigot. But with you, Mum, obviously you being a nurse and doing aesthetics, like you have new clients quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
How do you find like people trusting you with that sort of thing that's so serious as something as your face? Because hair, it can grow back and you
Yeah,
can
of
tie it
course.
up and hide it sometimes, depending on how fucked it is.
Or you can put another colour
Like, how
on.
do you deal with that? Like, how do you get them to open up? Because you always have women crying in your room and opening up to
and
you.
I love that.
Yeah, I know you
because
do.
as soon as that door shuts, I love it. It's like it's not them. They're not just coming for something to done. Obviously, I always think when they're coming to have something done, there's always a deeper problem anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
they're
course.
coming to make themselves feel good. But like with all women, we all need someone to talk to here and there, don't we?
But sometimes I have to knock on the door and go, Mum, this appointment was 15 minutes. You've been an hour and 45. There's fucking 20 people outside.
I know,
Are
but I
doing.
love
She's like, oh
it.
shit.
Oh, she's at Martin's.
I love it. Do you know what I mean? And then, like with a lot of my clients, we'll have my personal number. We'll text each other.
Yeah, same. I
I'll
love
check
that
in
too.
on them. You
Yeah.
know, and we've got a lot of ladies who've had breast cancer who I've supported, texting and just keeping up on their well-being and
Yeah, of
saying, "Oh, I
course.
hope you're doing okay." And obviously, you build a good reputation for yourself. I don't do it for them reasons, but
Yeah, I think sometimes like with young girls who are training in aesthetics, and I love that they're ambitious and I love that they want to go and better themselves. But I think that customer service element, that relationship building should be a part of that training.
oh yeah, 100%.
Because I've seen places where they've gone in and they don't even talk to them.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that your face is a big deal.
Oh,
Do
God,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? And they don't talk to them at all. So we're going to shift gears a little bit.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about a little bit about our nightmares that we've had. So this could be when you've had your hair done, when you've had Botox done. Not like my mum's Botox, she's naturally stunning.
I do it
She
myself.
does. Or when you've done someone's hair and it's been an absolute fucking nightmare. I know I've definitely got some.
I've definitely
So
have.
we'll go with you first, Erin. I've got a feeling I was probably there. And so
You have. I've actually got two.
have you?
Actually got, yeah.
Right, let's see how quick we get through it because you never shut the fuck up. So
Right, yeah, true. Full of ADHD, can't help myself. The first one was that that woman that come in, dead nice. She had dark hair, but she had one piece of dark hair, and she was crying her eyes out at the door in the old shop, saying that her partner had cut her hair off.
Oh God, I don't remember this.
Yeah, saying yeah. So I burst into tears straight away, and she was like, "Yeah, I've only got one piece of hair left." And I was like, "Do you want to chat to us?" Or I took her in the back. You was with me. And yeah, I was
I think
like,
I remember you wanted to like ring the police or something, didn't you? and all that?
absolutely. And we took her in the back. We made sure she was all right. I gave her a cut and blow. I basically cut that one piece off, but her hair did feel dead dry. But my mind wasn't in it because I was so worried about her. So I did her a cut and blow. Obviously, didn't charge her. She went. I just felt awful. It's when someone else worked in the back anyway, but they was there as well. So she'd left. I was devastated all day. I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
So I'm having a chat in the bakery and like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I've had this client. And they were like, oh, is she such a person? Said her name. They were like, oh, yeah, she's always bleaching her hair. I went, what? They went, oh, her hair's always falling out. So she lied. She lied, yeah, and said that a fella had cut her hair off. But really, now that was me being stupid. When I felt it though, it was dry. But because I was so worked up.
No, you went in protect mode, didn't you? That's what you did.
Because I was so worked up and worried about her, I just wasn't thinking about the condition of her hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she'd done it herself and then come in with this sob story to me and got a free cut and blow out of me, and I was devastated all day.
Might use that with him.
Try it. How bad's that though?
No, it is bad. No, like I've had clients lie to me for years. You've seen it when they've walked in before and said, yeah, I've got an appointment with Kyle. I'm like, so I'm like stressing then at whoever's managing my diary at the time, like going, why has this person not been booked in? And we scroll back on the messages and like they've never booked an appointment. The last time they messaged us and they're trying to look. But yeah, definitely. What nightmares have you had with aesthetics, Mum? Like it could be yourself or a client.
Do you know what, to tell you the truth? Mine is pretty all right, mate. It's took me a long time.
You've been all right, haven't you, to be honest?
Yeah, I never usually have any problems. Usually.
No, I know one for you.
I do
that was
as well.
Bad. So, not naming any names because we don't name and shame, but it was a dead stressful experience because my mum's got such a massive heart and she cares for everyone, doesn't she meets. There was a lady, not last week, the week before, I think it were.
Oh, yeah.
And she's come and had like £300-400 worth of stuff off my mum. Now, my mum's she's studied, she's worked in hospitals and all sorts. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's put a lot into her craft to do what she does. And she's not even that expensive compared to girls who are not medics. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's really, really not. So she had like £300-400 worth of stuff done off my mum, and she said she was going to get the cash from the car. She fucking didn't come back. Yeah, she didn't come back. So then we've messaged her on social media, and she said, well, I'm going to pay you on the 27th of whenever it was. No conversation, but do you know what though? If she would have said to me, Mum, Sarah, can I pay you on the 27th? She'd have done it. She'd have said, yeah. Like, no problem. Fucking Botox on tick over here.
Yeah, no, I definitely would. I mean, we all have money problems, don't we? And I understand that, and some people want to keep up. But if she would have explained that situation to me before, I mean,
see, in my book, I'm a bit more brutal.
She did come back and pay.
Yeah, she did.
It might have been about 3 weeks late, but she did come back and pay.
Yeah, I'm a bit more brutal than me. I'm big on like, you can't afford it, you don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you can end up in trouble.
I mean, to be fair,
liar, my car's on finance and everything.
Love it.
You know, she's. I think she has got a few mental health issues anyway, so we just let that ride. And she did come in and pay it.
But still, though, like you taking time out your day because that's more admin time now. You're having to balance in your books. You're having to chasing up, find out what's going on. You don't deserve it.
And you're at a loss.
You don't.
Yeah. But like,
as
if like, if it makes. You know, it's not about what me doing. I'll do what I can for anybody free, but it's just the products. When it comes out of my pocket, it's a different story. But I will.
Because then it's affecting your kids, innit, and things like that. Yeah. Go on, Emma. What was your second nightmare?
My second nightmare. Oh, Kyle, I can't even talk about this.
I already feel like I know where it is.
God, awful. So a girl came in with long brown hair, and she wanted it. Did she want it copper?
Red.
She wanted it
Is
red.
it that girl? This
girl.
was the best day of my life. Go
Absolutely,
on, carry on.
it haunts me this. She wanted it red, so you know what? This is my own massive fault for not doing. To this day, I've never not done a full consultation. Yeah. So I did do one, as I thought.
But you did your patch test and everything, didn't you?
I did.
You just didn't do your strand test because it was thick, shiny, healthy hair, and easy what she wanted.
And I said to her, have you ever lifted your hair before? When have you lifted your hair? Blah, blah. Have you put bleach on it? She was like, yeah, ages ago. I tried to lift it. I couldn't do it, so I've just stayed dark. Ages ago. That's what she said.
Yeah, because this was like 2 weeks out of lockdown,
2 weeks
wasn't
out
it?
of lockdown when we was coming in with home highlights. It was hammered.
And you felt lucky, didn't you? Because like this was one of like,
it's only
nice.
brown. I'll only have to bleach bath it. It'll So that's what I did. I bleach bathed it. Didn't really budge.
Remember this? She was at the backwash going.
no.
She's going, Kyle, what time are we going for that meal on Saturday and picking this girl's hair up from the sink going grey?
Because I bleached.
But it happened in about 3 seconds.
Literally. I bleach bathed it and I thought, it's not budging, I'll lift it properly. So I'm lifting it. She's perfect client. She gets a book out. She's like, chai with me, dead nice. Oh, I don't mind if it don't lift properly, we're leaving it out next time. I thought, she's gorgeous. So I go in the back and I'm like, I could see the heat. So I'm thinking, what's going on? So I said, just get you washed off as I washed it.
And hairdresser's technical terms, this was a 3% bleach bath because all she needed to do was break a base. That is all she needed so she could get some red in there.
So I'm champing her hair and I'm not kidding. I went like that and that was in my hand.
She was going like that. I was across the room going, Kyle, what time are we going out on Saturday?
I went.
Did you hide it in your pocket?
Yes.
I was hiding it. It was in my shoes. It was in Sarah. It was the worst day of my life.
She's then gone in the back of the shop though and got me in there. She's trying to put a coat in a bag and going. I'm going. This girl's in the back washing. I'm grabbing hold of one. You're fucking going out there. You cannot do this now.
It's not worth it. I'll just get a job at Mackey's. I love Mackey's.
Get another job.
I'll get free Mackey's.
She was like trying to put a coat on and I'm like pulling a coat off her. Going, get out there now. You're going to have to tell her.
So the moral of the story was, I just had to be honest. Sarah, I'm not kidding. That came off in my hand. So I said, listen, your hair's broke away. It's horrendously damaged. You've lied to me. So she went, I lifted my hair like 5 times in lockdown. We was 2 weeks out of lockdown. I went, but why have you waited to tell me this? I haven't got no magical powers. Do you know what I mean? I can only lift what you can lift. I can just do it safer. And I was so, at this point though, I know like Kyle was joking about all the rest of it, but at this point, I just seen red. I went, listen.
You could knock you as well, not your confidence.
Oh, Sarah, no,
fuming.
She wouldn't do bleach baths for about 3 months after
I said
that.
to her, you could have ruined my career.
Yeah, she could have done.
I did. I said, you could have ruined me.
Yeah.
And she went,
because the consumer, like the public, sorry, not the consumer, only listen to what the client's saying.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like they're not going to care from the professional perspective. But all I remember though from that day is I said to Emma, I went, put a red on it now. Just it was a direct dye on it, so it wasn't going to oxidise anymore.
I couldn't even blow it. It was coming out in the brush.
But then she went like, so I went, put her a treatment on, and you're going to have to send her on her way. Do what she needs to, and then come back in for a wash, cut and blow, and just take away what's broke. We had white tiled flooring, didn't we?
Yeah.
And all I remember was walking through,
Hanging.
and there was just fucking blobs already. But we're all trying to kick it out the way. Do you know what I mean? And then we was all at the back in the shop, calming her down, and the garden sat on the wall. So we're going, oh, Emma, blah blah blah. She fucking walked past us.
Kyle went, I can't even look at her. But to be fair,
Emma's got a coat on full of hair.
Oh, I'd gone
in your pockets.
The CV was at McDonald's, 100%. I love McDonald's.
But though, it's like the important lessons that come away from that though is for clients, you cannot lie, and even when you think you're safe.
But when you lie, that happens.
Yeah, it happens, and even when you think you're safe, test, and test some more as a stylist, innit? Because like sometimes when people do a strand test, they'll do it at the back of the head here. When people colour their own hair at home, the first thing they do is the front.
Yeah,
sometimes
absolutely.
it's the back. So you could be taking the healthiest piece of hair.
Yeah,
I do a few,
absolutely.
and then I do one sometimes in salon before I do it. So Emma's learnt that the hard way now, but she'll never do it again.
Well,
Never again.
A lot of our girls, especially the young ones, where you've seen something happen like that and it's really knocked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage. Frying someone's hair off or something going on like that is a rite of passage because you learn the hard way that clients chat shit sometimes.
Do you remember when Abby's went blue?
Oh, when we first, it was like 6 years ago that,
It went blue.
Yeah, she asked for...
I put my coat on and
Abby.
went like, see ya, finished now.
No, what happened there was a client walked in, right? And
Navy blue.
all she wanted was a lilac. She was already bleach blonde to her root.
Yeah.
So when she's walked in and I've clocked it in the light, I said to Abby, that's high lift tint. So a high lift tint is going to lift and deposit a yellow pigment. So if you're going to go in with a blue lilac, a lilac that's blue toned, it's rather going to absorb it or go green. So there were the two options. So I'm like to the client and I'm like, that's high lift tint. She's going, no, it's bleach. If it's bleach, it's better because then it's oxymelanin. So it can just cover easy, no problem. So Abby's put it on and I'm looking at the backwash and I'm going, it's navy fucking blue, mate. It's navy blue. Yeah. So
Was I there? Where was this?
This was the first salon. So it was only me, Abby, my mum.
She was there till about 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, she was. It was bad. And then every time she bleach bathed to try and get it out, it just went another shade of blue-green. Another shade of blue
You
green.
had to go, didn't you?
And I
There
had to
about
go
10
and-
o'clock
yeah,
at
I
night,
did.
something.
And she ended up walking away with pink hair, but some of that should have been a toner, wash and blow. Took about 2-3 days process, and Abby was nearly quitting dressing forever.
Yeah,
but though, look, I'm glad Abby's seen it through. Guys, if these ever happened to you, please see it
But
through.
not your
Because
confidence.
Abby
Oh,
now
does it?
is one of the best hairdressers I know.
Do you know what,
she
Kyle?
is.
I don't know about you, but do you think like when you do hair and like you'll show someone like Jake, my partner, obviously don't know nothing about hair, and I'll like show him a colour like I don't know, a dark to a red, and people just think that you put a red dye on it.
Yeah.
Like they don't see the in between of stripping it, putting the different tones.
So that's
on.
another good thing that we can educate. So last week, I think we said, stop fucking picking clear. Tone is not clear. And tint doesn't lift tint.
Oh, don't. I'm sick of that.
Now we spoke a little about our nightmares. I think it's going to be really, really interesting if we listen to some voice notes of people have sent in of their nightmares.
Go.
So we've got one hairdressing one.
Yep.
And we've got one aesthetics one. I've not listened to these, so I have no idea what's coming.
Right.
Should we have a listen?
So we might have to
let's
filter
do it.
him.
Yeah.
This is the perfect opportunity for us to just take a second and kind of unpack what's happened to
So Emma reckons she's psychic, right?
No, I actually am.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I am.
You have got
So-
a bit of summer.
When
yeah.
I've been to see a clairvoyant, they always say I've got something, and I feel like I have.
Yeah, it's probably an STI or something, Emma, because you're definitely
Kyle,
not psychic.
Kyle, I am. You have to believe it though.
Do you remember that woman in the
When she
salon?
tells the
Yeah, but she's
client-
going out to a client, she's going, right, brand new client, never met her, and she's like, do you know I'm psychic? She's like, you've got 2 cats, haven't you? No, 1 dog. Right, so you've not been with anyone for ages, I've been married for 38 years.
She went, I hate dogs. But no, it's with numbers, Rachel. Yeah.
Yeah, she did get Rachel.
Yeah, I got
didn't
Rachel's and I got Sean's.
Right then, so to put it to the test then before I
Yeah.
play this voice note, so this is the hair one.
Right.
So what's your psychic prediction of what you think this voice note's going to be?
Don't work like that, it's only with numbers.
Alright then. How long's it for?
8.5 minutes.
I fucking hope not.
Alright, 3.
No.
Right, Sarah, think of a number. No, fuck off. Think of a number. You've got to really believe me though.
2.
Hang on a minute.
You can't tell her, you've got to let her guess.
You've got to think.
Right,
think.
go on then, I'll think of one.
Between 1 and 10. Think of the number.
So there's a 1 in 10 chance, really hard that.
Right, well, if I get it the first time, I'm obviously psychic. Right, I'm just going to embrace the number. 4. That's 4, innit? So you just want to show me up.
I know.
8. Oh, see? Second time.
Right, okay, so now we've proven that Emma's setting up a booth on Blackpool Promenade.
Oh, well, I am here on the emergency chair.
We're going to listen to the voice note, yeah?
Hi Kyle, I heard that you wanted some bad salon experiences.
This better not be the HOC. I do think that sometimes the voice notes are coming through. I'm like, please don't be one who where I fried your hair when I was like 9.
It won't.
So,
She's watching, sorry.
It's got a curry on it background.
Love that. Love that.
I went to this salon near mine. I'm not going to name and shame, but I went for a half head of highlights because I just wanted like some brightness in my hair. Like I had virgin hair.
So she's got virgin hair.
Stunning.
Yeah, she's asking for half head of highlights.
Stunning.
What could go wrong?
Perfect. Perfect client.
Never had anything done to it whatsoever. And she put in all the files, like everything seemed fine. Like my head was a bit heavy, like, but then after like 20 minutes or something of like the bleach developing, like my head was getting like really itchy.
A red shouldn't be getting itchy with oils. It shouldn't be touching the scalp.
Yeah.
But it is.
Oh yeah, just for
Unless
viewers,
it's bled.
my mum was an hairdresser about 50,000 years ago before she went into nursing, so yeah, that's why she knows the stuff.
Also, she washed my hair stunning yesterday. Big up, Sarah.
And like I'd had a patch test, like everything seemed fine, like my head was really itchy, like it was burning. But she said that I needed to keep the files in for him to develop longer. She just told me it was fine, reassuring me and whatever. We went to the backwash. She was taking out the files and like I just felt like my head was like getting ripped off, basically.
To be honest with you, babe, if I was taking your files out, you'd feel like your head would be ripped off and all.
Say,
I'm not light-handed.
Say what you say when you take foils out.
It's when I'm brushing out back on balayages. So
Oh, my favourite thing ever.
I will turn around and I'll say, so the bad news is it's going to be really uncomfortable for you. The good news is it doesn't hurt me at all.
And also, he says, please let me know if it's hurting you because there's nothing I can do.
I can do.
Oh, brilliant.
Like, all the other, like, stylists around were just staring, looking at me weird, and I was like...
See, though, we know this, though. When something's not going to plan or whatever, we all speak psychically. Well, not you, because you're not psychic.
Well, I speak real psychic, but anyway.
But we can all have a conversation, looking at each other and go like, fuck.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Yeah, you look at each other.
Me in the back.
Yeah,
in the couch kitchen.
Oh, yeah, Emma will go, Kyle, do you know where that left-handed screwdriver is with the purple and pink spots on it? It's like, you don't need to go that far.
Emma used to do that before she was a master stylist.
Do that, yeah.
What the fuck's going on? And, like, obviously, they wasn't saying anything. And when I got back to, like, the station, my hair was literally coming out in clumps.
They've obviously used 1,000,000% on her hair.
They've used 9% and left it on way too long.
Yeah, there's no reason you need to go above 6 with bleach. None.
Won't the files be leaking?
Apparently, but her hair's coming out now, so I'm virgin hair.
Virgin hair. You could
Unless you're lying.
You could do that on 3% and it'd be
Yeah.
fine.
You could fucking stand her in the sun.
Yeah. Blowing it.
It's like literal clumps. Like, I have no idea why, because I've never done anything to my hair before.
But, though, it could be metallic salts. Like, I've had some experience where it's been virgin hair and they've got metallic salts in their hair and them foils are swelling and I've got it off quick. But, though, you could do an incompatibility test first.
But you didn't.
But you didn't.
Like, I thought highlights would be fine. Clearly not. And it was a fucking disaster. Half head of highlights turned to half head of hair.
Oh no, bless her now.
That was the cute. Half head highlights turned into half head of hair.
Oh, I feel well sorry for her.
Moral of the story is the hairdresser's probably gone in too hard. You had virgin hair, it should have been a dead good experience, and I bet she's petrified of hairdressers now. Oh, that's the way it goes. Are you ready for yours, Mum?
Aye.
Morning, guys. So my story of an aesthetics disaster was I was a model for a student.
Red flag. Model for a student.
Yeah.
For a very well-known aesthetics practitioner in the middle of Manchester. I thought everything's going to be fine. You know, it's a little bit cheaper than I'd normally pay.
Why is it when something's in town, we automatically go, they must be good.
Yeah.
They must be good. They're in town. They must be good.
I'm scared of town.
Yeah, me too.
It scares me, Manchester. It's too big for me anxiety.
Yeah.
You have a fucking a swollen eye, it's anxiety. You got a pain in your big toe, it's anxiety. Look, she's also a doctor as well as a psychic as well as an hairdresser.
And a midwife.
Yeah.
Life coach.
Correct.
Botox, so why not? Why not help somebody out, you know, while they're training? Thought it was in safe hands, whatever. Went in there, didn't see a prescription or anything like that, but...
So... The prescriber
doesn't.
So the prescriber doesn't necessarily have to be in the room, do they?
No, they can do. There is known as where they can do. It's like on
Teams
video
or whatever.
call,
Yeah.
video call prescription.
But that prescription should always be available, though, right?
Yeah. That prescription should be available and is only prescribed to her.
The person. Yeah.
Obviously, just trusted the process and didn't really ask many questions. Lay on the bed, had it done, everything was fine. A couple of days afterwards, I noticed that my eyelid was...
This is one thing about Botox, and I know we're going a little bit off tangent from the voice note, is that I remember, even when I've worked with other aesthetics people, when I was early on in the industry before my mum worked with me, is people that have Botox done and they'd ring and go, I had my Botox done an hour ago and it's done fuck all.
Yeah.
It takes a few days, sometimes even 2 weeks. So that's the lesson.
It's a full 2 weeks normally.
Full 2 weeks, yeah.
Absolutely drooping, and to the point where I'm doing a Katy Perry moment. I literally had to wear sunglasses. So I thought, maybe it's, you know...
So she's had eye drop, like where your lids drop.
Yeah.
What causes that?
It's Botox being injected to the muscle that's leaked.
Right.
Maybe a too much higher unit or going in the wrong area, especially if they're only practicing. It's the, you inject your skill.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not knowing somebody's that face, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's quite a common complaint. Yeah. It does wear off within a few weeks. There can be drops be given to help. It makes the eye feel really heavy.
Am I right in saying, like, obviously filler, if something goes wrong with that, you can dissolve it, but Botox, like...
It's just got to wear off. It's just got to wear off, and putting more in will just add to the problem.
Pity.
So the best thing to do is, if you don't know someone's face, is always follow the guidelines. you know, and go to someone who is professional.
But this person's obviously a student, so that professional should have been in that room observing it at all times. Because what I notice now with a lot of aesthetics academy, they get greedy.
Yeah,
and you have about 20 students in one. How can one educator? Listen, I've got a BA in education. I could not manage every single move, something as serious that in a classroom. But
that's why I don't teach no more.
Yeah,
because there's too many out there.
Yeah, there is.
And I'd rather just carry on providing a professional service rather than teaching.
Oh, mic drop, mum.
Maybe I've slept funny, maybe it's part of the process, whatever, but it had never happened before. After I'd waited for the 2 weeks, I thought I better just message, you know, because I can't be getting around with this eye that's drooping. Like, I can't go to work. I've got to wear sunglasses. We're in the middle of winter. People are looking at me like I'm crazy anyway. So I just messaged and I said, hi, like, I was a model, such and such a thing. My eyelid's really drooping. Can I come back in? And she just messaged me back with the rudest message. Well, you do know you were in for a model. I was like, yeah. And she was supposed to be supervised by you. Like, you know, fair enough, I was in for a model slot, but fix my eye.
So goes both ways, this. So it's almost like we say it when a junior does it in a salon in hair. Like, we normally go over, don't we, as leaders in our floor, and we'll say, right, so if you are expecting pristine 10 out of 10 results, then you need to book in with one of us. Yeah?
Yeah, fair.
If you are expecting perfection out of a junior, you might get it, but you might not. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I mean, like, but we literally manage every single element of that. It's like, even Izzy is quite a strong hairdresser now. But even now, I still want to know a plan. I want to know which way she's going. I want to know what percent she's using. I want to know a foil placement.
Oh, you're shouting at me downstairs for giving her toners. Emma,
stop.
Let her do her own toners.
So, like, with this, with aesthetics, I don't know what your opinion on it would be, Mum, but if you go into a learner, you can't expect perfection, I suppose.
No, but they've got a duty of care.
Yeah, they have got a duty of care.
And she should have been invited back in.
Yeah.
To be seen by the main practitioner.
And not a snotty response going.
No, definitely, 100%. Even if it's your duty to get them back in, to make sure they're all right, but get them a prescription of eye drops or see what we can do.
Bring on regulation.
I can't be getting about like this, looking like sloth. Anyway, we had a few messages back and forth. She agreed for me to come in. I went into the salon and she was like, there's not really anything else that we can do. She said, you need to get an electric toothbrush and just hold it on your eyelid.
Is that right?
Yeah, you
Is
can.
it?
Yeah, there's a thing that I use in the shop, and what it does, it wakes the muscle back up.
Right.
Some it works for, some it doesn't, but yeah, it can wake the eye muscle back up
put
because it's
toothpaste on
paralysed the muscle. But sometimes if you inject in the wrong area, then it's understanding the proper which muscle lifts, which muscles pulls. You know, like some people think that, you know, like if you inject here, it's going to make you smile up. It's not. We're always elevating. We're always picking up. So
the opposite.
Yeah. Most of the time, yeah.
Though.
Yeah, I mean, fucking in Tameside, I don't think many people have got electric toothbrush. Probably getting the bullet out and doing it with that. Sorry, Mum. Let's see what else I've got.
In for them. Do I use my toothbrush?
Oh, your toothbrush.
Apparently the vibrations make the Botox and your eyelid lift up. I was like, and how long am I going to have to do that for? Oh, it was a disaster. Anyway, my eyelids started to go back to normal after about 2 months.
Wow.
2 months?
Yeah, sometimes it can take a couple of weeks. Sometimes it can take 12 weeks. It just depends on how your body did, because it's a toxin at the end of the day. So as soon as it goes in, your body starts fighting off. If it doesn't fight it off as fast as, you know, it's everyone.
Like me, I need to delete
everyone, yeah, thankful. Everyone depends differently.
So I did wear sunglasses for 2 months. It was absolutely horrendous. And it's safe to say I will never be going and being a model for anyone again.
See, that's a bit gutting, really.
I know it's put her off, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, obviously, this lady's going to go and have her Botox done still. But, I mean, like, we know as people who come from similar industries that practice is absolutely needed, and working on real people is absolutely needed. It's a part of the customer service, dealing with different types of characters, different types of cultures, so on and so on. So, like, now, the industry has now lost a model due to neglect.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
What will happen there with her as well? It won't happen again because whoever she goes to, she was obviously going to say, listen, I had eye droop.
Yeah.
So they'll make sure that they do everything to prevent that ever happen again, you know. There's a different technique that you can use for someone who has had eye drop.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like I know in hairdressing, a lot of things can go wrong. Like a lot can, but aesthetics would scare the shit out of me. Like you must be so brave, Mum. Like,
I know, it's dead hard sometimes. Hard work. Like, you know what I'm like? People do bruise, but I very rarely.
No, your needle work is 10/10. Like I'm the biggest mad ass in the world, Emma. Like I act like I've been shot when I'm having Botox. I mean, look how bad my fucking forehead is. You'd think a Mackey's drive-through was outside with this.
Oh, I wish it was.
You would. It's like the Monzo symbol. It literally is. So yeah, kudos to you because I'd be really, really, really scared. But now we've listened to people's disaster stories. Why don't we reflect a little bit on our journeys and where we've come from? Who is like, what is your like iconic thing in hairdressing of all time? So like, do you remember like when 2011, 2012, everyone had Rihanna concave bobs? So like, what is your, is it the Amy Weiss beehive? What is it that you think that was sick?
Do you know what? I know this is dead boring, but I love a balayage. I think they should have been out years ago.
Yeah.
But only with the facial framing. If you've got light hair, you've got that subtle root melt going into the blonde and the facial framing. It is stunning.
Yeah, right.
And I'm dead good at them.
Yeah. Mum, what was your like iconic hair thing that you seen? Because obviously you grew up in the 80s and 90s, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we all use nice and easy, kid. I was telling him the other day, I said, because like when I was younger, obviously we didn't have much money. So when I did have a little bit extra, I used to buy myself 3 nice and easies.
Oh.
And I think to myself, right, I feel such a relief thinking that's my roots done for the next 8 months.
Oh, I love that. 8 months? Your roots lasted 8 months?
Well, you didn't have the money to have it done all the time.
Imagine
man.
me.
yeah,
with
but
me
bearing in mind though, before my mum had chemo, she was like Bonnie's hair colour naturally, and it's grew back really dark. So my mum wouldn't need to do her hair that often just to keep it blonde and
Yeah,
bright.
because I was quite fair.
Yeah, you was.
But yeah, nice and easy. Couldn't beat him. I mean, I love the smell of them. Used to get you to do it sometimes.
Yeah,
I
remember.
On,
When I was
nice
3.
and easy.
3 months old.
Yeah. And then as we moved up in the world, obviously we moved to Wellow.
Yeah. So you haven't really got like an Pacific icon like what it were, like the Amy Weiss beehive or whatever. But do you have anyone right now where you look at them and like you see them on Instagram or whatever else like that and you think they are smashing it? Like somebody you really look up to and think, wow.
Yeah, I think that, and then I can never name, she's called Becky something. She does a lot of
Becky
bibbies
Sutherland.
as well. Kyle, I love her.
Yeah, I love Becky Sutherland.
And she'll do like someone with quite dark hair as well.
Yeah.
And she'll lift it like this rainbow. And I mean, it's fun doing a rainbow. We've
Yeah,
all
yeah,
done a rainbow and it is good, but it's worrying as well. You're like, oh my God, is it going to run? Is it going to...
Because Vivids are unpredictable.
Exactly.
They are so
all her
unpredictable.
finishes are stunning.
Yeah, it's just like Becky Sutherland is that she's quite forward in saying, like, because a lot of us, like, you know what it's like. You post your hair somewhere and you say, this is what I did, blah, blah, blah. And there's always someone who'll go, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you always
Fuck
get
off.
someone
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
whereas in
absolutely.
Becky's like, listen, I don't play by the rules, I do what works.
Yeah, she's dead. She's like dead real, isn't she, as
Dead,
well?
dead real, yeah. And I love
about
that she's
her.
a Geordie as well.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
from County Durham. That's where she
Yeah.
works. What about you, Mum? Like, who do you look at in the industry now when you see them and you think they're mint?
You.
Everyone says me.
Oh my God, I should
Fuming
have
you
said
didn't.
you as well.
Yeah,
I was
thank you.
thinking
Very
like...
proud.
Thank you, Mum.
No, don't say thank you, Mum, like I'm a shit friend.
Well,
I thought,
Oh, you shit friend.
proof's in the
No,
pudding.
I
You and
thought-
Becky Sutherland can go and scissor or something because we're done.
Yeah.
we will, bring me Becky.
And you, Emma.
In
And
fact,
you.
Becky, I'll just guess your number because I'm
No,
psyched.
do you know
good,
someone-
good with numbers.
No, do you know who's someone? And it's going to sound like it's a bit biased, but it's not. It's just someone who I think, like, who I don't know why in their life, they never really seem to have it easy. There's always a problem or something goes wrong. And they was really, really poorly when they were younger as well. And I feel like they've come out on top, like, you wouldn't believe, like, they're probably the most respected people I look at. They are in our industry, sort of, but they're not. But it's my brother, Cade.
Yeah.
Like, he is.
And his girlfriend, Julia.
And Julie, yeah, but I mean, like...
Leg tattoos.
She's getting them out. So, like, Cade is, like, from everything that he's gone through being a kid and everything else, and I don't know what it is, but Cade will want to do something like, I don't know, go on a driving lesson, and there'll be 4 car fires, and his car will break down, and they'll be stranded on the motorway. That's just his life, innit? Like, everything goes wrong.
Weight of the world on his shoulders.
Constantly. And,
Where
like...
you've always been like free,
Breezed.
easy. Yeah, he could get where gas couldn't, that kid.
Yeah, I just breezed. So, like, how amazingly talented that guy is. Like, not even as my brother, I've never seen anyone like him with tattoos.
I agree.
Ever. And every single week, my producer, Rachel, I say, Rachel, I love your tattoos. She's like, Kyle, you ask me all the time, your brother did them. It's just every single time. But yeah, so that's who I'm absolutely buzzing for at the minute. And even if he wasn't my brother, just Cade being easy in his personality, I'd be definitely fangirling for him. So it's Cade Castile Tattoos. Follow him or I'll block you.
Also, follow me. I'm new on TikTok. I've only got...
Sorry, there's an inside joke behind this. Emma asked everyone to follow her.
And I've only got 58 followers, but I've only been on it a week.
She went like, she went, get a picture of me. So I'm like, what, mate? And she got a picture so she'd get more views.
Izzy, what's my TikTok?
It's hair.emma. Or something like that.
.by.mj, I think, because Isabel set it up and put loads of dots in. She did. Yeah, so please, I'm new to TikTok. Isabel's going to give it you right now.
We're just patiently waiting. Did we catch that, Rach?
No, repeat it.
Hair, what was it? Hair. What, one sec, everyone. So it's hair.by.mj. And I've only got 56 followers. I've been on it a week. Come on, guys.
Two people unfollowed you because you just said you had 58.
Oh, it was guess because I'm good with numbers. So I was close, wasn't I? I was close. And if I don't get no followers, I know I'm not lying.
You psychic then, won't you?
Told you.
So now, just before we come to the end, I did ask Collie last week, is there anything else that you'd want to cover or talk about that you think is important? Because now's your time.
Do you know what? I don't know if I can say this on here, but this is something that I actually do want to ask you.
Okay.
Because a lot of clients come in.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you said, you're a divorce attorney, you're this, and I get a lot of people upset in my chair, which, again, it's fine. I'm open to it. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm a forward person anyway, so I don't mind. But I don't know if someone's told me this, how I know it, but the council are offering, like, domestic violence training on who to call.
That'd be brilliant.
So if we could get them in and we could have the training on it, because I already know what to say to
even
make clients
like
feel
having
better.
leaflets in the toilets or when they come in the room, they can,
but it's safeguarding them, isn't it?
Safeguarding, yeah. And I think everyone generally who has a job where it's involving people's emotions and feelings has a duty to safeguard everybody.
Because I think, like,
especially because it's a woman environment, they feel safe.
Yeah, I do genuinely think that, like, through part of everyone's life, they do experience some form of domestic abuse or violence somewhere. Like, even just saying you want to go out with your mates and saying no, like, that's a bit of a controlling behaviour. And I won't know if it was domestic violence or abuse, but I think it's dead important, though, to be able to pick up on triggers like that.
But I'm not saying, Kyle, that every client that comes in, we have this, because
some people like to bitch about the fellas.
Oh yeah, we have Barbara twerking who's 82 at the reception.
93 actually. She
95.
Thought you were good with numbers.
It's 95. It was a 95th birthday, you know. But we have a laugh. You see us, we're so relaxed. But there is that odd few clients that want to open up, and I'm like, there was a 14-year-old girl, you know. When
it's nice to know how to help them.
Yeah, there was
instead of just supporting them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was saying about. A mate was coming over going, he's texting again, and she was like, what
She was
shall I text
14.
back? 14, but she was shaking. But I'm texting him back. But like I'm like, shall I just say I'm in it? She's like, no, don't say that. So she's shaking. I'm writing a text out for her on her phone going, I won't be long, babe. What it is the colour that I'm having on. And her boyfriend's like 13, 14. She was scared to death, Kyle. And I'm pushing her hair to get her out. And I was like,
she should be climbing trees, man.
And it's like,
do you know what I mean?
I know her sister, you know. And
I'm sure you said something to her sister, didn't you?
Yeah, and she was like, don't say anything. And when she went, I was like,
you would not have been able to live with yourself.
What do I do now? How can I? So I didn't tell her sister all the details, but I'm like, listen, I think your sister needs
this is why I think, though, we need the training, because we need to identify if it's someone
which
bitching.
Situations,
Yeah, because at the end, because our environment is trusted.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And we can't breach that trust.
No, I know.
We can't, because otherwise it's going to end up being like when people get social work, get involved with people and the kids and stuff, they panic, and social services isn't a bad service.
No.
Do you know what I mean? They help
Not.
everybody in every walk of life, millionaires to people who had nothing. They will help you along the lines. So that trust there, I think it's really important we do it, but without losing that trust.
Yeah, but how do you do that without losing the trust?
That's why we need the training.
We need the training,
Because can you imagine how many women could have been saved by just having that little bit of training in a salon where someone recognised it and went, that's not right.
A lot of
I got goosebumps then when I said that.
The mental health training as well, that's be really good, because we come across a lot of people like who self-harmers.
Even women who have come to you before where they've had like a mill and then they walk in the next day and go, I need another meal, and it's
and
like,
I won't do it.
I know you won't.
Yeah.
My mum won't force anything that's not needed.
I
And
talk
it's like
them out
that.
of having stuff
Yeah,
that they
that's
don't
a form of
need.
mental illness, isn't it? Like chasing
And
that
it'd be nice to
perfection.
have that bit of thing. I mean, I've done mental health, but it was at level 3. That was quite a lot of years ago, so a lot's probably changed since then. But it'd be nice to be able to have that professional judgment to think, no, we can professionally.
I think in our industry anyway, like it's that broad and that expanded. Like we could identify a million things. Do you know what I mean? Like, we could provide what we can't. But I think it's really important to know what things that we do recognise. So i.e. mental health and domestic abuse. Like I can't even begin to tell you how many women I've had where they've not even been allowed to tell them I'm a male hairdresser. Do you know what I mean? Doing their hair, like things like that.
Imagine.
I've even had some of my staff over the years where the fellas have questioned because how close they am, and it's like,
didn't we have one a bit ago? Yeah, who come in and like jog on.
Yeah.
He's gay.
Do you know what?
Your wife.
Do you know what I don't understand about
she had
that?
money maybe, but I'm joking.
Yeah, but he's one of them, isn't he, when they come and he's like, "Hey, darling, you all right? Take a seat." He's so nice to her, and it makes him feel special.
Yeah, this is like my partner would just be glad someone's making me feel comfortable and looking after me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm happy there, whatever I'm having done.
Yeah. No,
But obviously not everyone's like that. It's a shame.
Yeah, I think something definitely we need to look into some form of training like that, because I would love to be able to help some people. You never know, doing something as simple as that, you might be saving somebody's life, because it does happen, unfortunately.
And it's helping the community. It's putting something in the community.
Yeah, it's putting something. What a lovely thing to bring up, Emma. Go you, girl. Back in the women
Emma.
of Manchester and
Thank
England
you.
and the world.
Show us your fringe, Em.
Show us your fringe.
Show us your fringe.
Right, so thank you so much, guys, for coming on here. It means a lot to me. And now, because Isabel's not got a mic, I've got to try and remember what Isabel, get that number ready for me. So if you do want to get in contact with us, Rachel, what's the email address again?
Get your words out, Rach.
thatsalonpodcast@gmail.com.
So it's thatsalonpodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to send us any voice notes and be featured on the pod, Isabel, the number is 1 minute. She's passing me a phone. I really need to learn this number off by heart. It's 07356 086 509. That's 07356 086 509.
Don't forget my TikTok.
Show Emma's fringe some love.
So thank you so much then, guys. I really appreciate your views. Subscribe, watch us where you can. Anywhere you get your podcast, pretty much, in it, Rachel. And thank you to you two guys as well. And bye for now.
Bye. Bye to Emma's fringe.
Bye. I loved it.
That's Salon Podcast. What podcast?